I'm Mason the Crow. This is goulash. Now what I'm doing is putting some of Larry's seasoned salt in the meat to get the meat seasoned. And now we're going to put some regular salt and some regular pepper in there as well. But you don't want to put as much as, you don't want to put a whole bunch. Now you want to do the same thing with the salt. And then you want to have garlic salt all the time. And then you just put it, just a little bit over that stuff. Now, as we wait, it's going to be like 10 or 15 minutes and we have to stir it up. So as I do this, I'm going to tell you some stuff about my heritage of goulash. Goulash is German and it has onions, it has beef, it has noodles. It has tomato sauce. That's kind of obvious. And that's all I remember. So, one thing about the meat is that you don't eat it when it's raw, which it's raw right now because it's red, and you have to cook it thoroughly. And when it's not red, like about 15 minutes or so after it's not red, then the meat's ready. And, you just flip it all over. It takes a little bit, but yeah. Now, what's in here is where we're going to put, we're going to put the these in, and they're called elbow macaroni noodles. And then, since it's all boiled up, because there's a whole bunch of bubbles at the bottom of it, that means it's boiled, and the bubbles are coming up at the top, so that also means it's boiled. Now, I'm gonna pour this in here, all of it, and it is probably gonna steam. So then, now I'm gonna stir it up. And while I do this, I'm going to tell you some stuff about goulash. Goulash. You always want elbow macaroni with goulash because it's the best and it's really good. So while I stir this up, then I'm going to cut this guy up. And, well, first, I have to put this in here. And then I cut this guy up. I cut this up. I've never really cut an onion before, so I don't know where they were.
Cut it in half first. Watch your fingers.
I didn't know what I was doing right there.
So why do you have a let Megan do it real quick. Why do you have a candle over there?
Because if you cut an onion, then all the juices will get in your eyes, or the gases, and then the candle will make the gases and juices not get in your eyes, because if you just regularly like dice it and stuff, then it's going to get in your eyes, it's going to hurt, so then whatever you touch else is, like, I don't know, yeah, so.
So it's an old wives' tale that if you put a candle next to an onion that you're cutting up, it'll burn up the gases that are in the onions, and it won't make your eyes burn. Megan, are your eyes burning?
No, not yet.
And it was burning really bad when I cut the skin off.
Yeah.
So I guess it's working. Okay, so what's going on over here?
Okay, so I guess it boiled a little bit too much.
So then what do you need to do if it boils over?
Well, first you need to put the temperature down, and you need to take that thing, and you need to take that top off, and you stir it up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And stir it, stir it. And you never really want to put your hands over steam like this because it will hurt. And yeah, so it's
Put the
gonna.
lid back on.
Yeah, I have to put the lid back on. What are we doing with the onions?
And the hamburger's just about brown, so you
Yeah.
put, that's plenty of onions. Okay. That's plenty of onions. Well, I tried it already.
And there's a little thing well, my mom says you always clean up after yourself when you're doing when you're cooking food.
So you
So I
clean
think-
as you cook.
Yeah, you clean your as you cook, just like when you're playing with different toys and stuff.
And we do this.
Well, just yeah, maybe. I think we put these in here, right? Oh, you put them in the hamburger. Let me do this one.
Not all of them.
You put most of them in there, and you put them like this, and then you stir it up again. Because you don't want a whole bunch of like onions in like tube meat, so you know what I mean? Like it's just weird. But goulash is very good, very good. And my grandma Bonnie, or Grandma Kearney, sorry, she got the recipe from some people on her family, and she does it really well, and my mom got it from her as well. And my mom does it the greatest ever.
As long as lasagna.
Yeah, mom does it really good lasagna too. But we're talking about goulash now. So when I'm stirring this up, then you know, when you cook, then you always you're gonna have to learn. You're gonna get burns and all that stuff. So, you know, Megan's done stirring. Now we're gonna have to put this one, and then it's gonna keep bubbling, and then I think it might bubble up again. But yeah. And meat's doing pretty well. And one other thing for advice: whenever you cook, then if somebody, you know, like runs up here and he's like, "Hey, mom," and then they hit this and this like splatters all over them, and they're like, "Ah!" like fire sort of. Well, you don't want that to do that because it'll hurt really, really bad and you get scars. And yeah, you do that, and you don't keep it like hanging out. So as you see, it's bubbling up a little bit, and
So what do you need to do with the hamburger after that's done?
you put it in here and
With the grease in it?
No, not the grease. That's why we have a strainer, and then you dump the meat in there, you put it in the sink, and then
What do you do with the noodles when they're done?
strain them also, and that's our strainer that we're going to be using right there.
Okay, so should we wait until light gets to that and then we'll start another video?
Yeah.
Okay. So, say bye.